Hey guys, BomberFD here. Today we are going to be doing a tutorial of how to take Crota down without using the Gjallarhorn. And so we're going to be going over a variety of different weapons as well as methods that certain classes can use. If you have the Gjallarhorn, then I'm guessing you're most likely going to be using it. And if you never used it to Solo Crota, you can use these methods that I'm about to show right here. All you have to do with the Gjallarhorn is shoot 2 rockets at Crota and he will go down on one knee. Even if you are in a group, it still will only require 2 Gjallarhorn rockets. Sometimes all the wolf packs don't necessarily hit, and that's why he doesn't go down. Well, the first method I'm going to show you here is going to be on my Striker Titan. I'm going to use Dragon's Breath, and it takes 3 rockets to bring him down. I'm going to show you guys a 2-cycle method. Anytime I say 2-cycle method, it means it's only going to take 2 swords to take Crota down. Because each sword I'm going to cycle twice, and I'll be able to hit him from a range of 6 to 8 slams, and at normal, at level 32, it only takes 11 slams to kill Crota. I'm doing the right rock approach here. I'm jumping up to the ledge. I know boomers can definitely be a danger here, but I'm targeting his torso. It is a little bit difficult to hit with Dragon's Breath, so hit right around his waist. Otherwise, I found Dragon's Breath to miss quite often since it does not have proximity or tracking. So you're going to come back to the rock. You're gonna reload, shoot 3 more times, right by your sword that you'll be able to get an easy 3-sword slam in. After the last slam, I turn the camera away so that I know that I'm running away from Crota. I'm not making any mistakes. I've just gotten 6 slams in there, I only need 5 more. And with this method using the 2-cycle sword, I know I won't have to face any ogres, which makes it a lot easier to encounter. Now off to try a different exotic weapon. I'm gonna jump on the Thunderlord here, still on my Titan. I'm gonna come exactly where I did before, right where that sword bear appears. Pay my respects to Crota, and love when that RNG sends out a Curse Thrall. That is probably the worst luck you can have right there anytime you're trying to do this method. I'm going to go ahead and do the right rock method again. I'm going to grab the sword. I'm going to run to the little rock first, jump on it, and hopefully he'll waste his Dark Blast, which he does. We're going to come up, drop the sword, and just lay into him with the Thunderlord. I'm also using the Field Scout perk on the Thunderlord, just so I'll have increased ammo in case I don't have enough shots on him, but I easily can take him down. Picking up the sword, I'm going to get 3 slams in, meaning he has 8 slams more to go, and I'll just have to do 3 more cycles of this. We will get an ogre phase with this method, and I'll show you guys how I handle the ogres later on in the video. Now let's say you fall into a group that you don't have the Gjallarhorn, you don't have the Thunderlord, and you don't have Dragon's Breath. Well, I'm going to show a method of how you can take him down Hunger Crota. It is a little bit difficult. I'm using my Defender, a magnetic grenade, and I'm also using quick draw on my Hunger Crota. You don't need Thorn, even though I do enjoy using Thorn with this combination. You can have Fatebringer. You really can have any kind of high impact primary weapon, which you can do 2 shots here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lure the sword bear over here and show a different location where you can attack Crota. This is definitely a safer location. You won't get aggro from boomers here, but you might go into an ogre phase right after this just because you are waiting for Crota to rotate to the side and then grabbing the sword. Then turning around to the top of the stairs to make this jump. The hunters cannot make this jump, but they can do the ledge trick that I showed in a previous video. So you're gonna come over here, you're gonna throw your magnetic grenade, you're gonna stick it to him, you're gonna shoot twice, go to your Hunger Crota, shoot twice, then pick up the sword for 3 slams here. You'll need 3 more swords using this method. I have used up to 5 swords before Crota has enraged before. I do not know his actual time. If anyone wants to comment down below, I believe I wouldn't be surprised at about 15 minutes. But I'm going to show you guys how I take care of the ogres. The ogres come out of each one of these rooms out of the doorway. And with it being normal, the ogres are not elite, so it makes it a lot easier to make them cower. And I'm going to show you guys the method I use with my sword breaker and a grenade. I will point out, anytime I am doing this, I do have my recovery as well as my armor maxed. I'm not caring about agility at all. As soon as the ogre comes out, I'm going to throw a grenade right at him, and then I'm going to start shooting him right in the head. That way it keeps him flinching and he's not able to attack me at all. I'm going to reload, I'm going to see where the other ogre is. Obviously the black hammer is very useful in this situation as well because you can do headshots and keep the ogres flinching. If you have other shotguns that have a higher fire rate, it can be used as well. I'm going to come up, I'm going to keep shooting him in the head, and every time it makes him flinch. He may get a melee off, but that's also why I have my high armor and recovery. Now I'm going to jump to my hunter who is a gunslinger. I have the same weapon setup, other than the thorn, I'm using a Fatebringer. So I have the sword down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it up. I also have Trip Mine and 2 throwing knives, each that can set him on fire. And the method I use on my hunter is I throw a Trip Mine, I shoot once, then I throw the knife to get that damage over time. I shoot 1 more Hunger Crota, and then I go up and I go in for a 3 slam, turn around and get out of there. So I'll have to do that 3 more times, meaning I'll definitely get an ogre phase. And that is definitely a difficult method. Now for the last method. Let's say you're in the category that doesn't have any of those exotic guns that I stated before, or a Hunger of Crota. I'm going to say you probably should not be soloing, but if you still want to, hopefully you do have a Warlock. I am currently set to Sunsinger. I have Touch of Flame as well as Fusion Grenades. So every time I throw a grenade, he gets set on fire, and it has that continual damage over time. So I'm going to use the same method I used before. I already have my super all the way charged. And a little tip here for the sword bearer, that first shot is crucial because it will flinch him, and if you flinch him close enough, you can do way more damage to him. But I'm going to pick up the sword, I'm going to come over, I'm going to jump on the little rock and see where he's at, drop the sword, I'm going to go ahead and use my super, let my grenade charge up. It takes 4 grenades total to take him down. I'm going to throw 3 at him, and I'm going to make sure that my last grenade is all the way charged up. If I pick up that sword before it's charged up, it will negate my super and I won't be able to use that 4th grenade. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I also threw that 4th grenade as I jumped up with a sword. I'm easily able to get in 4 slams there, and I'm coming back into this room to help get my super charge back up. Thralls will just continually charge at me, which will make this super easy. I'm only going to have to do this 2 to 3 more times and we're all set. Hopefully this was helpful to some out there, or maybe you guys learned some new little tips and tricks. If you guys did enjoy, please do thumbs up as well as subscribe. I really do appreciate it a lot. And guys, as always, do know that you are all loved.